These days it's very different. More than 1 million of the roughly 18 million people enrolled to vote have already voted in the first 2 days of pre-poll voting. That means more than 6% of voters had cast their ballot without waiting for the coalition to release details of all its policies. Maybe it is the extended voting period that seems to have exacerbated the sense of campaign chaos more than a week before official polling day.
I want the politicians to address.
But with polls unanimously showing continued deterioration in the coalition's position, it certainly seems to have exacerbated the confused and incomplete policy announcements from Peter Dutton and his team.
Would a coalition government repeal the EV tax break?
No, we've said that what we're opposed to is the government's big tax on hybrids.
If you have heard anything about this story, you would be entitled to be confused. On Monday, Peter Dutton was asked whether the coalition would repeal current tax laws which exempt buyers of some electric vehicles from paying fringe benefits tax. He said no. Yesterday, the opposition said it would repeal the tax break to save more than $3 billion over 4 years. Today, Mr Dutton insisted this did not involve a change of position.
Why did your team, for example, not clear it up and say, no, we actually do support reversing the EV policy?
Well, I just don't accept the premise of your question. So, next one.
Then there's migration. Last year, Peter Dutton said the coalition would cut permanent migration by 25%, or about 45,000 people. Then he added that net overseas migration would be cut by 100,000. Then it was suggested he had only ever been talking about cutting permanent migration. But on the campaign trail a couple of weeks ago, he confirmed the 100,000 cut to net overseas migration, or the NOM.
We can reduce the NOM by 100,000.
The coalition has remained elusive on how it would achieve this cut. This morning, immigration spokesman Dan Tehan nominated some specific cuts on Radio National.
We're going to reduce foreign student commencements by at least 30,000 relative to the Labor Party, and then we'll have a review of the temporary graduate visa. We're going to tighten enforcement of visa rules to minimise the scope for abuse and visa hopping. And combined, we think this will reduce the net overseas migration rate in our first year by 100,000.
There are other cuts to numbers that were also causing excitement today.
You have a policy of reducing the public service by 41,000 places. 41,000 jobs in Canberra. That's a huge amount of the...
We've been very clear about that, yes.
They have confirmed that of the 41,000 public servants who will be sacked, all of those are going to be in Canberra. The National Emergency Management Agency, ASIO, the Australian Signals Directorate, all of our security and intelligence agencies, where does Peter Dutton think they are based?
In stark contrast, there hasn't been much to report from the Prime Minister's campaign. Apart from the scheduled announcement of a critical minerals reserve, the best the travelling press pack could come up with today was the falling off the stage controversy.
What's the worst moment of this campaign so far?
Probably falling off the stage.
You said that falling off the stage had been the worst moment of the campaign.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Chill out. Next.
But at the time,
Chill out.
You said that you hadn't fallen off the stage.
Well, I didn't fall. I stepped off the stage. I didn't fall over on my backside. I stumbled. That's what happened. I laughed about it at the time. I laughed about it since. It's no big deal.
Only one more week to go.